All right, people, it's slap dab in the middle of the day, and I'm in Chattanooga. I can see the dam up there, and it looks like I launched at the wrong boat ramp. There was one right next to the dam, but anyway, when I was Google mapping, I found one down that way. Either way, I'm out here, just kind of driving up and down this thing, looking around for about the first hour. I got some big boat coming here fixing to give me some 25-foot waves. We'll let that get over with, and then we can continue on with this video. Hopefully he don't break me off anchor, because it took me about 10 minutes to get anchored right here. Here he comes. Tag blasted. Here we go. Big waves. Let me hang on. Isn't this fun? I'm sure I'm gonna get plenty more of it. Yeah, there goes another one right there. It's gonna be one of those days. Gonna be one of those days. Gonna be one of those days. I hope no more are coming, but I guess that'd be asking for just a little too much. There's way too much current to actually suspend below the boat, so I'm just gonna toss them all and see where they fall. Last couple of videos I was fishing at dams. There's a bite right there. There's a bite on that head right there. He come off. He come off. He come off. Anyhow, there goes a big dead drum. Last couple dam videos I made, I was just cutting these little strips. Well, I'm down here in the real part of the Tennessee River now. I noticed the water temps are much warmer here. 77 degrees here. Water temps can't even hardly hit 70 where I'm at. Those fish are in dead spawn. I figure if I come downriver, they warm up faster than we do. So what happens is the spawn takes place earlier. And I'm hoping for fish that's come off the nest early. Well, early compared to my neighborhood. Right on time down here. Basically, I'm jumping lakes to get into a different temperature zone to try to beat that stinking spawn. The biggest trouble I'm gonna have today is the temperature. My camera wants to shut off. Once you start getting around 80, 82 degrees, I cannot continuously run my camera. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to keep it on standby mode. I'm just going to have to turn it on once the rod actually gets bent. Otherwise, the camera's just going to shut off due to overheating. I don't know why I came out here slap dab in the afternoon. Well, for one, it's about a 2-hour drive from my house. I ain't never fished here. I didn't know where to fish. I got up here, I said, man, this thing's big. It splits off and goes one way, goes back that way. It's pretty shallow compared to some dams. I did find 22 foot of hole right here, and that's where I'm parked in front of. And I'm a little bit down from the dam. That water up there, I'm sure there's fish up there, but I like this spot right here. Is the first spot to try, and it didn't take me long to come up with some kind of hookup on that skipjack head. So hopefully that continues throughout this hot afternoon. I didn't bring no snacks. I do have a little water and Gatorade. Hopefully that can keep me out here a couple hours, long enough to get a couple fish to make up for the fact that I drove 2 hours to get here, slap dab in the middle of the afternoon. Chickamauga Dam, people. A lot of people's complaining, a lot of people's crying, telling me I need to wear a life jacket. Well, I found out that I could get in trouble for not wearing a life jacket below the dams. So what I went and did was bought one of these thingamajigs. It's got some kind of cartridge that you stick in here. It ain't real big, it ain't real bulky. What you do is, first of all, you gotta wait till you fall off your boat or your boat gets sunk by one of these ocean cruisers. Once that happens, and you realize that you're actually gonna die, you pull this cord right here and it supposedly releases this whatever thingamajig tube in here, and this thing fills up with air. I tried every life jacket in Bass Pro. They were too fat, they were too hot, so I went with one of these things. It's about 150 bucks. I'm just not sure how to put it on. Nah, maybe like that. Maybe that's how it goes. I hope so. All right, people, here we are. I'm gonna shut this camera on standby and wait till the rod gets bent. And when that happens, I'll turn the thing on to try to keep from my overheating issue. All right, people, I turned the camera back on just to say, dag blasted, it's hot out here. I'm getting a bite right there. He's wanting to take it. He's wanting to take it. He's wanting to take it. That's a big skipjack head, and that don't look like a big fish. That rod right there is starting to bend over. And if I get it, it'll be my first fish in Chatanooga. This is a catfish video. That's most likely a catfish. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it. The proof is on video, people. There are catfish in Chatanooga. All right, y'all, I'm gonna do something a little different. Getting some bites here initially and everything stopped. There's another hole right below that bridge. There's a really deep hole down past the ramp. But before I go downriver, I'm gonna get up closer to this dam. And I may even try to make some drifting runs like I done at the other dams. We're right out here in the heat of the day now. It's 1 p.m. very hot, so I'm gonna ease closer to this dam and see what other kind of situation I can get into. Possibly thinking about drifting a little bit. I've drifted all the way back down to where I was initially anchored. No bites yet. I'll keep on drifting. This is a shallower dam than Watts Bar is for sure. And to be honest with you, even Fort Loudon's got deeper water than this. I would expect this far downriver, this would be a much deeper dam, but it's not. We'll keep it drifting. If I end up drifting all the way back to my truck, I'm gonna stop and get a little Debbie. All right, people, we're gonna try this. I'm anchored in about 16 foot. I got kind of a current seam right here. I've got some kind of point thingamajig right here next to a red buoy. Kind of got me some slack water on this end. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really marking fish out here. I'm just gonna be honest. Not catfish anyway. It's kind of a muddier bank, and I don't know, this looks like a good spot for a flathead to be laid up. I'll take anything with whiskers, as long as it ain't a channel cat. I'm getting a lot of boat swing, and I've got a ridiculous amount of big boats going up and down the river. And they're driving me crazy, to be perfectly honest. It just, the waves never ever stop. As I'm saying this right now, here comes another one, and here comes some more waves. Up and down, up and down. I know one thing. I hope I didn't drive all the way to Chatanooga for one little blue cat. It is the suckiest time of year you could fish. First part of June. I hate June. And here it is noon. That makes it, well, afternoon. Probably 2 o'clock or something now. Here comes the big old waves. It just never stops. Never get no peace out here, man. Either way, I'm gonna give this a little bit. I've got 2 holes I've looked at. One I drifted through, and I didn't see jack diddly squat on the fish finder, not as far as no big catfish. And that hole went to about 27 foot deep up there by the bridge. Now I've got a creek coming out right down below me here. Surprisingly, there's no real deep water in front of that creek, or I'd park right there. But now just below the creek, I am seeing some 37 foot of water. I may be down there before it's over with, because I'm gonna have to come up with a better fish to make up for all these miles to Chattanooga. I just assumed if they had a choo-choo that they had catfish too. I could freshen my bait since I'm gonna sit here and wait, because I'm gonna be honest with you, them's the same baits I was soaking up there. I'm just kind of too lazy to change them. If something's hungry, I guess it'll eat it. I just ate a half melted Little Debbie, so that fish can eat that bait. All right, people, I've been in this spot close to an hour. The bite's been sour. I don't know if there's any fish here or not, or if it's just too dag-blasted hot. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't look like I'm gonna see anything soon. Are there fish even in this river? Or have they left on that Chattanooga choo-choo? All right, y'all, I've had enough of this spot. We're gonna try something different. There just ain't jack squat here. Nothing but gar. I'm seeing lots of gar surface. All right, people. I'm at the first really deep hole, right below the dam. I'm kicking 37 to 41 foot of water here, depending on where it's at. I've got a couple fresh skipjack heads on, put out there. I've got what I call one of those strip flutter baits, straight below the boat, slightly suspended. If I don't get them here, then there's just one catfish in Chattanooga. That's all I got to say. Now, I'm here at a bad time of year, I know that. I'm here during the spawn, I know that. But I'll tell you what, if I lived here and could fish this year round, I'd be fishing this hole right here, I can tell you that. Either way, this is where I'm at. Let's see if we can get a fish that's fat. An hour and 40 minutes out here, and all I've caught is a sunburn on my nose. There ain't jack doodly squat hitting. Now, you know, we're obviously dead in the middle of spawn. And I've said before, not all catfish are on the nest at the same time. And I was correct, because there was one catfish today that was not on the nest, and I caught him about a quarter mile up the river there. There's one shallow creek up that way. I rode up that shallow creek, never marked the first fish. Matter of fact, I haven't marked the first fish out here anywhere today. I've covered all the stops up towards the dam, drifting down the channel, holes, right behind humps, you know, current breaks. I'm gonna be honest, I never marked a fish nowhere. There's only one fish right here below Chickamauga Dam, and I caught it. That must make me a pretty good catfisherman, because there's only one fish in this whole 10-mile stretch of river, and I caught him. It happened, people. I lied. I said there's only one fish in this river. There's two fish, and I'm gonna get that second one. Hang on, baby, hang on. Woo! Woo! Hey! I can't lose this fish, man. I drove 2 hours for this video. I'm gonna use my net, even if he is only about 8 pounds. Check out that bad boy. Something gnawed on that skipjack head for a while. You're gonna drive 2 hours, you might as well at least catch 2 catfish. That's only an hour of drive per catfish. I feel redeemed now, people. 6 hours in Chattanooga and 2 catfish. Woo! I got some old dink out there wearing out my headpiece. All right, people, the bite is slow, this I know. So I came where I thought I'd get a fish just for a video. I've got a catfish channel. That's what I do, this ain't nothing new. So I come to Chickamauga Dam and I caught 2. You know, the spawn is on. We're getting into the first week of June now. It's just as hard as it can get. A lot of guys getting skunked, blah, blah, blah. You could try to fish up on the banks for them. And you could also get attacked by snapping turtles when that happens. So, you know, I've got confidence in these moving water dams during the slower times of year, hot times of year. Now, 3 dams in a row, the same scenario, mostly small blues. Well, as the spawn lets off, these fish come off the nest, places like where I'm at right now, this 40-foot hole, 3/4 of a mile down below the dam, this could produce some giant fish in the late summer and the fall. Either way, got some different scenery today. I've never been here myself. It's an extremely hard dam to drift because the difference in river bottom. Like you go across this river here, there's a hole here, it'll get 8 foot deep out in the middle, and then be another, you know, it's just all up and down here. Very hard dam to drift without your baits hanging up on something. I liked Watts Bar much better for that. I liked Fort Loudon much better for that. Had I gotten here in the morning instead of right at noon, I might have caught a few fish up at that first spot. If I stay here to dark, I'll probably get some more. But I'm 2 hours from the house and basically just want to experience this place for the first time. Road trip. Had a lot of bites that I never showed on camera, which were gar. You could see the gar everywhere today. They were surfacing everywhere. A lot of gar this time of year. And I was getting a lot of pull downs that just weren't hooking up. There's the old gar I was talking about. I'm gonna keep that sucker for bait. Typical this time of year. I don't get downhearted about it. The way I look at it is between here and that dam up there, there's only 2 catfish out here, and I caught both of them. Out here in the hot afternoon in the month of June. Either way, this is a video. There was fish in the video. This is Catfish Dave from Chickamauga Dam, signing out.